everybody, it's Exonerated. Welcome back to Remedaut. Man, the work I have been doing. Let's talk about it. So last time we went through and we had tried our hand at killing an Earth Elemental, which I was able to do. I got my Demon Shard, put it up in my little blood altar here, and ta-da, I got my Archmage Blood Orb, which is pretty boss. I believe we're only maybe 2 more tiers. Whoops, looking at the wrong mod here. Let's fix it. There we go. Alright, so, okay, we got Transcendent, and then we got, well, Orb of Testing. That one doesn't count. So Transcendent, I guess, is the level 6 orb. But here's something neat. Take out our Divination Sigil, click it in the air. Oh yeah, baby. 10 million LP, because this bad mamma jamma is full too. And our orb is full, and that's right, our barrel of Bedrockium drum rather is full of life essence. So we have got blood for days. Blood for days. But we're going to take a break from that mod, actually. Excuse me. You can see I'm actually gone through and crafted quite a bit of slates. I've been so crazy busy with this mod. Let's see, what else have I done recently? Let's take a dip downstairs to the basement. And what I was finding is I'm having a little trouble getting some crafting done. So I have upgraded the crafting process quite a bit. I've got 2 of these blocks. They're each sets of 10 64 crafting storage plus co-processing units, rather. And then I've got a couple of these 4Ks and then 5 more of these 64K setups. Good to go. So we got plenty of processing power. If we want to do something big, we can do it. The only thing I can't do, is quickly harvest this stuff right here, septuple compressed cobblestone. I'm still trying to get 8 of them, or 9 of them rather. I want an octuple, octuple cobblestone, and I can't get it yet. So I'm working on it. Now I did go upstairs here and start doing some patterns, and I have patterns all the way through sextuple rather, but I don't have any sextuple at the moment, and to be honest, I haven't really gone further than that. I want to get some of the other ones and try to set it up kind of legitly. We do have our quarry still running. Everything is going pretty good here. From a storage perspective, we're pretty good. We don't have any complaints. The only thing I might consider doing is dumping in a couple of those deep storage units over here, because we've got cobblestone and it's just going directly into the system. And if we check it out, we are running at a cool mill 2 for cobblestone. So I don't really have a purpose for it yet. I let it go into the system instead of just filtering it out so that I could use it to do this setup. And it's not moving fast enough to suit my needs. Yeah, so cool setup I got going on over here. I needed to be able to farm Demon Shards. Oh, I did make 2 backpacks, by the way. I got one I named Tools and one I named Return to AE. But let's see here. I am looking for my bound blade. What did I do with it? Let's get a crafting thing, see if it's not in there. Alright, so let's get upstairs. Up, and away. Maybe I left it out here. Not there. And not there. Okay, well, it's around here somewhere. And it's hiding. I wonder if it broke. At any rate, what I was doing was... Oh, wait, I know. I probably put it in that case, didn't I? What I did is I set up a cool little auto spawner here. I crafted up a spawner using Ender IO. It was not really that hard. Here we go. Where are we at? I know we got a spawner here somewhere. Probably not Ender. Oh, there it is. Right there. Powered spawner. So I made one of those, except I made it with a zombie. And the only thing I needed to do for that was to combine this powered spawner with a broken spawner that I fixed by attaching a soul vial to it. So, I mean, it was super simple. It sounds complicated, but it's not. At any rate, what I did was I went through and set up this little cubby hole. You'll see all these conveyor belts go over there. And I was using that to harvest blood shards. I put my bound blade, now that I remember it, inside of this chest here. And currently I have looting 3 on it. And so I use that to farm up a bunch of weak blood shards. And then I use those blood shards as needed to do different things with blood alchemy. So it's like a cool cheaty system to kind of stockpile. And I have a vacuum hopper over there to collect the stuff. So basically what ends up happening is this spawns zombies. I sit in here and relax. And while I'm relaxing, as this thing attacks zombies, other ones will spawn out here. They get killed on these spikes that I set up. And they get sucked back in there too. So I'll probably end up changing that to a skeleton spawner. But for now, hey, it worked out really well. And like I said, I've been getting my weak blood shards. Let's see, I expanded my crafting. So now I've got 3 more of these molecular assemblers, all set up with interfaces. Do I need them? Actually, I do. I found that I did not have enough room. I almost filled them all in. You can see going down here that these last few rows here are stuff that I added. But I was up to this point when I ran out of room, and that was when I decided, okay, enough's enough. Let's go ahead and add some more. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and get some blank patterns, because we're going to need them soon enough. Let's get a whole stack. Let's do that. That'll craft while we're doing it. And this is my favorite part, when it has to drop things down in there. Yeah. So, like I said, we did the blood alchemy thing. We've messed a little bit with Botania. I did realign some spreaders. I'm getting ready to, in an upcoming episode, to work on the Alfheim stuff, which is going to require a significant amount of mana. So I set these trays up, and I'm getting ready to work on augmenting sparks. But in order to do that, like I said, I have to go to Alfheim next. So I will set up an Alfheim portal probably over here, and we'll start getting the mats together that we need to augment sparks and actually get some serious mana production going. In the interim, I think what I want to start on now is a little bit of Thaumcraft. Let's see, I do have these thermometers in here. I'm not sure why I made so many, but I do have them. And I have looked at a couple of things, gotten a little bit of research together, but I think what we want to start off with is some of the basics. So let's get a book. We want a book first. Let's go ahead and grab us a book. Oh, I didn't even show you the station. Let me do that real quick. I'll show you the station. Like a squirrel sometimes. I keep getting distracted. So basically, I got this system up and running where I have Mob Essence converted over to Liquid XP, and I got it set up on this cool little station with an enchanting book. And so what I can do is I can go through and put materials in and get all kinds of special enchants, or I can build like diamond armor, put it in my book right here, and bang, get whatever I'm going to get and not even worry about it. But I can buy XP levels straight from this tank, and that's what I wanted to be able to do. I have this set up on auto crafting through the AE system, so it constantly keeps it full of books and quills. That way, when we have a recipe in here we want to use, like, you know, let's say we want to go through and enchant for looting 1. We're going to take a head and throw our book in there, and we pull a book out. It's automatically going to craft some more and put them in. No problemo. So let me pump these in there because I don't need them now. I did break my first anvil, but let's actually go turn on. Actually, we'll turn this off for now because I think we got a good deal of XP. Alright, so anyway, back to what I was talking about. I want to start working on some Thaumcraft stuff kind of get that going. I want to be able to kind of see my research and what's going on. And in order to do that, I need to get started with the basics. So let's get the basic going on with a wand. Now, the wands are super simple. The one you want to start off with, of course, is usually an iron-capped wand. And in order to do that, make these iron caps, you just take some iron nuggets and put them in a little helmet shape, and that'll get you one. And then you put two of them on either end of the stick, and bam, you got a wand. So now the other thing we want to make is a bookshelf. We need a bookshelf. Ooh, we have one already made. Let's pick that up. And we want to be able to start with Thaumcraft, but we need to know what we're doing. So we put down our bookshelf, right-click with a wand, bam, and now we've got the Thaumonomicon. This book is like the whole basis for everything research-wise that you need with Thaumcraft. And if you click it, right-click it open, you get different areas. Thaumaturgy, alchemy, artifice, golemancy. This is working with like golems. I don't know what that is, but I like it. Thaumic tinkerer. We got apocryphia. This is new to me. I've never messed with this at all. Looking forward to that. I think this might have to do with the dark research. Like, I forget what it's called, but I think that's it. And then Thaumic esoterica, which, again, I'm not quite sure at. But the big thing is starting off right here in basic information, aspects of magic. And so it goes through and explains that, hey, everything in the world is made up of different elements. And so you've got, air, water, fire, earth, life rather. Earth, I'm sorry. And then you've got life and death, okay? And then you can combine those 6 elements to make different elements. So for basic instance, rather, if you combine air and fire, you get lux, which is light. If you combine life and fire, you get potentia, which is like motion, energy. And so the world is full of all these different aspects that are all around, and you just have to find them and expand upon them. But to do that, we have to start doing research. And we're going to have to do the first thing, which was make a thermometer. And that's real simple. You can see that right here. And it allows you to scan items. So, for instance, if we toss out a torch, we can hold our thermometer over it. We right-click and scan it. We find that it has 1 lux. And so that's basically what you'd have to do is you have to go through the book and find different research bits. So let's talk about thaumaturgy. Whoops. Let's see here. I want to get into the basics of alchemy. No, that's not it. Artifice. Here we go. So most of your Thaumcraft research has to be done via your table. And it's real simple. It's just some slabs and some planks. And that makes your workbench table. So let's make some of those real quick. Ooh, gracious. Let's narrow this down. Mod. Thaumcraft. Oh, look. Now it's much easier to make. And I'm going to make a stack. Do I need... Well, I'm not going to make a stack. I'm going to make 14, apparently. Let's see. And Arcane Workbench. I don't need that yet either. Okay, so we want to get started off with our tables. So we're going to take a table. And we're going to put down 2 tables next to each other. And then what we need to do is if we look in our Thaumonomicon, we need to make a research table. It requires scribing tools, which are a glass file, which is really super easy. It's like a water bottle with clay on top. And then we need feather and ink. So let's actually go make that a pattern so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. Glass file. That's what we want. We're going to put that in. And then we're going to go ahead and grab a full stack of them. Why not? Let's see. Where's my interface? Oh, that's my interface. We're going to move this down. Put that in. All right. So now what we want is we want to be able to make scribing tools. Scribing tools are going to need a feather. which we'll grab one of those. And then we need an ink sac. And I'm going to grab a whole stack of that. So let's do this and a glass file. And bam, we got our scribing tools. So if you take two of your tables like this and boom, apply your scribing tools, then you get to see your research table. And you can see that I've done a little bit of research. And of course, I know about air, water, fire, earth, depth, and order. But I also know some potential and some lux, which you saw that in the book. So we're going to need some paper too. Let's get some paper going. Get 2 stacks of that. Can never have enough of that on hand. And we're going to open this up and dump. We're not going to dump. Oh, I need to hold that on to me. Okay. Let's make a backup set of scribing tools, and I'll show you why in a second. Here we go. All right. Scribing tools, paper, and in hand. Actually, I'll just hold a stack. Okay, so we've got the basics for our research table. Now we need an arcane workbench. And to do that, we just need another table with our iron-capped wand. So let's do this. We got our little table here with our iron wand, and bam, there's our arcane workbench. So now what the arcane workbench does is it allows you to use the magic that's in your wand to craft different things. And there's all sorts of things you can do with it. Most of them at the start are a little elementary, but it gives you an idea of what you're doing. So now, if you go around each section, you can actually find that you have things that you can do. Let's see. I don't have anything I can do there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, I can purchase this research. That's Nitor. That's Elementum. I don't have the elements for that one. Basically what I've done is I can find, or I have found rather, a couple of elements. And so I can use these to kind of purchase, you know, for instance, like I got 30 fire. I can use some of those fire to purchase different things. Like in my case, I purchased the Nitor and the Elementum spells. So now I can craft those with the right setup. Let's see here. Don't want to go into the negative stuff because that causes warp. So basically what I am at with Thaumcraft is at a point where I have to actually go through and research some elements. So let's do that. Let's see if we can't find some stuff to research. Can we research grass? I don't think we can. I think you have to do them like in a specific order, or rather it helps. There's water. We've got that. Seeds. I'm not able to do that yet. Let's check. Ooh, there's a node right here. It's an ore node. And that ore node is air, water, and fire. That's actually a really good node for us. Let's get some lava going on here. No. Let's get up to the top where the source block is and try that. Oop, let's not get in the lava. Oh, we've already done it. Okay. Let's try some of the stuff on this. Maybe we can do just dirt. But basically what we have to do... Oh, I've done dirt. Sand. Can't quite do it. Or actually it says there's nothing to be learned from it. Let's try some wood. I don't know how to do that yet. I don't know leaves. Let's try a mob. We don't know anything about that yet. So basically, what it's going to involve me doing is going around now and kind of doing some research and discovering new elements and expanding on what I already know. So let me catch a little bit of lag. And what I'm going to do is take a small break and do some quick research and see how far I can get and maybe check up on the time and see where we're at. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And I've been flying around doing quite a bit of research. And I need to make one last stop over here near JSM's base because I know he has taint. Let's get some silverwood and some silverwood leaves. And taint. See what we can do. Tainted soil. Crusty taint. Slowly, I can't decide whether or not this is taking over this little magical biome or if it's working in reverse. Let's get the swarm. Alright, I just wanted to get the swarm real quick. But basically, that's pretty much it. I think I got everything anyway. Wow, this looks like some more area. I'm not sure if he's taken this over or if it's taken him over. I know he's got some of these trees up here. And what I can do is I know he had, or rather I thought he had some blossoms up here too, but I don't see them. Ooh, maybe down here? Yeah, this is turning into a little bit of a magical place. Magical? Okay, alright, well I think we've got everything we need, so let's head on home. Woo! And a little bit of lag, sorry about that. But here we go. So like I said, I've been scanning the daylights out of stuff. Colored, I haven't scanned this. No good. Research table. Arcane workbench. Okay. Bucket. I haven't scanned a bucket. That's what I meant to scan. There we go. All right. If we check out our research table, you can see I've found quite a bit of different essences here. So we can actually start looking into expanding in our Thaumonomicon quite a bit. And let's go up to basic information. And if you flip through, now you can see all of the other aspects that I found, which is kind of cool. I think I'm missing 2 or 3, and I'll go back and get those before the next episode. But what we can do, what I want to start doing, is research expertise. Let's see, we have the stuff to buy that, so we'll buy that. And a deconstruction table or research mastery. Let's see, research mastery, we need more of wisdom and knowledge. What are those 2 aspects made from? Knowledge is fire and spiritus. Wisdom is air and spiritus. Let's check spiritus. I skipped right out without looking. Life and death. Okay. Let's do some research here. Let's see. We got death. We got life. We're going to get those. Okay. And then we got spiritus and... what was it? Spiritus and fire? Yep, that gets us some cognito. And then spiritus and... what was the other one? I forget what it was. Where is it? Right here. We need the owl. Spiritus and... air. Okay, cool. So, air. Oops. Spiritus. Bang, bang. That should be enough for now, right? Yep, here we go. Research mastery. Now, it gives you forbidden knowledge. What they say is mostly harmless. Forbidden knowledge in Thaumcraft, they just recently added something called warp. So anytime you see research with a purple hue around it, there's one there. And there's not one there, but there's one on... see, there's a couple here on this page with the purple hue around it. Basically, that builds up something called warp, and it's kind of like a negative effect thing. So you get debuffs the more warp you build up. And you never really know how much warp you have. You just know that you have some. But research mastery is pretty huge. So yes, I'm getting it. And if we check it out, research mastery, we now have 50% chance that you'll regain the research point that you use. So you won't always burn through your research points. And there's a 10% chance that whenever you place an aspect, it will not cost any research points to do so. That comes into play when we're doing our little mini game thing over here, which we haven't really gotten into yet. But let's see if we can buy some plans. Let's see, that's advanced node tapping. I have to, well, let's do that. Let's get some notes on that. And I can't really do either one of these yet. That one needs some more scanning, and so does that one. Oh, here it is about warp. See, warp is forbidden magic. It's gained temporary and will fade over time. There's no known way to get rid of permanent warp once you get it. So, and then you get hallucinations, physical pain, etc. Let's see. We don't need research duplication yet. I don't need wand foci. I really want to work on breaking down elements. So let's do that. That's what this section of alchemy is. It allows you to harvest materials and create something called V, which is basically like jars of elemental juice. And you need Essentia tubes, and we need modus. What is, I mean, permutatio. Permutatio is, I think water and motion. Does that sound right? Well, we need motion first. Let's get air in order. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try motion and water. Is that getting me? It's not get. Oh, it's they've changed it. It's order and death now. All right, so let's get that. Let's get order, death. All right, now we should be able to do that research. Yep, we can get Essentia tubes. So this will allow us to actually go through and pull the materials out. So let's start with basic alchemy here. What we're going to want to do is get a crucible together. So let's get a crucible. And these are real easy. They are cauldrons. Which, oh look, I got 45 cauldrons because I knew something was going to happen soon. So you take a cauldron, you right click, and there you go, there's your crucible. And so what you can do is you can set up a system where you have a crucible and you put some water into it. And then once you have water in it, you can go through and add chemicals to it. And if we look, like for instance, nitor, if you throw in a total of 3 Ignis, 3 Lux, and 3 Potentia, and a little dust of glowstone, you can get nitor. And nitor can be placed in the world to act as a magical light source. It also does not burn anything, but it helps boil stuff, like, for instance, anything in a crucible. Let me get my pickaxe. So, for instance, I would have to have like a hole under here to put my crucible on. Let's see. Now we want to take and make arcane workbenches because we want to start being able to boil down materials. And for that, we're going to need some arcane stone blocks. Oh, that's going to require some materials. So now that we have our thermometer, actually, can I make goggles yet? I really would love some goggles. Let's look. I don't see goggles. Artifice. I do not have the materials for that. Do I have the materials? Let's see. I know for Aurum, I can just use essences, I believe they're called. Yep, so here's an Aurum, here's a Fames, and there's an Herba. So if we throw these down, we should be able to research them. Oh, I've already done that one. I've already done that one. And I've already done that one. Oh, well, that's no fun. Okay. Let's go do some research then. We'll go look around. I know there's some nodes over here. And I even marked some of them down on my map. Oh, let's do redstone while we're over here. We got redstone. Let's do an enchanting table. Bang. Lots of research points. And we'll go over here. There's some shards. Or not some shards, but some... Ooh, there's a house. What's in here? Oh, it's a witch. She's a witch. Burn her. Alright, let's scan her. I'm not trying to waste your time. There we go. We got a witch. Pressure plate. We haven't researched that. There's some wooden stairs. Some wooden planks. Spruce. Wood. All kinds of cool stuff. Let's hit that door. We'll close her door and leave her alone. Now let's go find... I know there's some nodes over here. Some more nodes, rather. I marked them down. So I think what's going to happen between this episode and next is I'm going to have to go through and do a lot of this kind of scanning to get research that we need. Let's get some birch. To get enough points to actually go through our... Nothing can be learned from oak wood? That's crazy. Huh. Okay. So I'm going to have to go through and do some research and scan. Let's get this sheep. And once I get everything, or a lot more stuff scanned, rather, then what we'll find is it'll be a lot easier to do research. Oh, there's some... I think I just discovered messes. No, I had messes. Okay. Let's see. Any mobs? No. I'm looking for somebody's portal over here, huh? Let's scan the portal while we're thinking about it. There we go. That is Infernus. I have never seen Infernus before. Huh. Let's check that out. Wow, fire and precantatio. Huh, that's crazy. Oh, there's a node. You can't barely see it, but you can see the glow. See the glow on the water? Not really, you don't see it? Well, it's there. We scan the node. Wow, that's a really good one. Earth and water. Let's bookmark that one. We don't want to lose it. Lots of earth and water. Later on, we'll be able to actually pick these nodes up and do something with them. Not yet, but later on. And let's see, can I scan that? I can. And so it'll be really important to find some of these nodes and where they're at, and kind of make sure. Let's get this hobgoblin. There we go. We got him. It'll be real important to know where they're at so that we can use them. There's a nice earth one right there. And let's see, I got another one up here somewhere. Oh yeah, there's this one. That one is air and order. That's a really good one. Let's see. So at any rate, that's what I'm going to be doing basically for a little while here. There is another glow, but I think it's from that water. It is. And I'll be basically flying around, scanning everything I can scan. I'm also going to go through and scan all of my machines. I know that, what is it? AE2, I believe, does not scan, but I'm pretty certain that all of the thermal expansion stuff scans. So I'm going to be going through all of those machines and scanning them. Ooh, there's another one. Gula. That's another one I haven't seen before. Let's check that out as soon as I figure out how to use my controls. Wow, Fames and Vacuous. Huh. Wow, they've added some new stuff that I haven't even seen. And I was playing on a Direwolf 1.7 pack, and I had not seen those yet. So let's get over here to these little crazy guys. Let's see if we can't scan some Crimson Knights. Oh yeah. And let's scan the Cleric. Can we get that node? Can we get that node without getting hit? I don't think we can. Well, that's okay. We'll leave him to die. We'll come over here and hit this little node. Oh, that's Obsidian Totem. Oh, I probably took the node out of that now that I think about it. But yeah, anyway, enough babbling. I'm going to let you go. And next time when we come back, we're going to start working on expanding our Thaumcraft knowledge so that we can get into playing around with a research altar and some other stuff. Where is it? I know it's here. At least I think it's here. Zumble. Okay, well, I don't see a node, so I thought I saw one. But anyway, I will catch you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.